Hi you guys, just coming on to do a quick tutorial for this little coffin caddy. I did make these, and these are the little treat boxes. But this was a SVG file for free on Cricut. So the tutorial won't be for the little coffin treat boxes, and then this top piece that you hang is from a KS Craft pillow box die that comes with the little treat box and the little top part, so you can hang them on here. If I can figure out how to do a tutorial on the treat boxes, I will, but I can give you the size that I sized these to in Cricut. So when you open up Cricut, you're just gonna type in coffin on the search bar, and it'll come up with a little treat box. And I resized it, the top part, to 6.69 by 3.99, and the bottom part I sized it to 6.58 and 3.79. So if you know anything about Cricut and the sizing, that's what I sized it to. Like I said, if I can come up with a tutorial for those, I will, but it is just for this little coffin caddy. So let's get started. You're going to need 4 sheets of paper that are 3 1/4 by 6 1/4, and these will give you the little coffin shapes, and you're going to need to make 4, because even though this is heavy cardstock, I like it doubled to make it nice and thick. And then you're also going to need to, just after you're done cutting these out, trace 4 sheets to put on each side for decoration, of course. So let's get started. On the 3 1/4 side, I don't have these. You are going to score at 2 3/8, and you're just going to make a little notch. You're not going to go all the way down, because that gives you the measurements from here to cut. And then on the other side, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths. So that will give you that. And then you're going to score, come on paper, all the way down, right down the middle of this, and it is 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths, so 1 5/8 all the way down. So you have your in half and then your 2 little notches. Then you're going to turn it over to the 6 1/4. And I do believe this is 2 inches, so you're going to score at 2. Then you're going to turn it around again to the bottom. And then we are going to make the just little notches, so we can cut from here to the notch. And that is at 2 1/4, making a little notch. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, stay paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eighths. And and just make a little notch. Don't do what I did. But you're going to be covering that out anyways with your patterned paper. So I already have, see, I made a mistake there, but you won't see it because you're going to glue these 2 together. Then we're going to cut this one out and glue these 2 together. So you're just going to take your ruler. You can totally do this on your scoreboard. You don't need to use a pencil, but my desk is a mess because I'm working on a lot and I don't have a lot of room. So I'm just going to draw there. Then you would go from that score line up to the little notch you made. And draw there. And then on the other notch, to the other 2-inch. Okay, spin it around and go from that 2-inch mark to that little notch there. Okay. Just cut that out. I did use my Cricut to cut the coffin shapes out. So I just took what I used from Cricut and figured out the measurements. So I can't take credit for this, it's Cricut. Okay. Now this is where you would get your patterned paper, which I don't have out. I wasn't really planning on decorating this yet, but you get the gist of it. So I would come back. You would cut out pattern paper for each side because you're going to glue these two together and these two together. Hopefully my glue isn't clogged. Probably needs a lot more glue than that. Okay, and line it up a little better. Of course, I didn't cut these both out exact, so you just take your scissors and trim off whatever. Because when I started cutting them out, I wasn't drawing lines for it. I was just cutting. Okay, we'll glue these two together. I'm not going to decorate this, I'm just doing a tutorial. I might decorate it another day, but like I said, I've got a lot that I'm working on already. Just line those two up. Looks good. I always forget to put the little thing in top of my glue and then it gets dried out. Okay. And then, like I said, this is where you would cut your pattern paper and do sewing or whatever, and you would cover up both sides. Okay, then you are going to need, I already have this cut out, a piece of paper that is 9.5 by 6 3/4. And on the 6 3/4 side, you're going to score at 2 1/4 and 4 1/4. And then on the 9.5 side, you are going to cut at 2 1/4 and 7 1/4. And then when I cut it, I just cut the sides out, so not the long way, the sideways. You would just, of course, snip up, then make your little miter on all 4 sides. Glue. And I put these on the outside so that you're going to be covering them up with pattern paper anyways. So that way the inside looked a little cleaner. Okay. Once you cover everything up, you won't see all this. Okay, so that's one side. I mean, we all know how to glue, so I'm pretty sure I don't have to do a tutorial on how to glue it, but since we're here, okay, and that is our little box for the bottom piece. And then what you would do is, after these are decorated, you would glue one side down here and one side down here. And then I took a straw and painted it because I couldn't find any solid pink straws, and I cut it to 5 inches. Of course, you can use whatever color straw you want. This one that I'm going to be making it different colors, but I had this right here. So after you glue your little sides on, I did not poke holes in these to put them through. I just literally took and glued it. I put lots of glue. First I put the glue in, kind of let it dry on each side. Then after it dried, I put more glue, hot glue. Okay, we'll just get this one. I don't know if you can see, but I just glued it right on there. There's no holes. So I just took, okay, now I can't get that in there, but it does go in. Alrighty, maybe this is, no, that is 5. It's just hard to get it in there. So you would just glue, of course, this in there. And then on mine, I just used tulle after I put my patterned paper on, and then filled it full of sequins. And then for around the bottom, I did decorate the whole, not the bottom part, but the sides. And the measurements on those, of course, once you put it together, is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 on the sides, and then 5 by 2 1/4. So you would just cut all those pieces out, do your sewing, your patterned paper, and then that's how I made this. So I finally made a tutorial for it, and I will let everyone on Instagram know, and I will try to come up with a tutorial for the little coffin treat boxes, but you can find them on Cricut, and they are free. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully this made sense to you. Have a good day. Bye.